specific milestones, but this is not one that has to be completely stuck to the second and the minute.
Yeah, we will make up that time easily.
They will get a full security escorted ride out to the launch pad. It's a quick trip, 15, 20 minutes. The closeout crew at the pad still just getting everything ready for their arrival. Configuring Orion, right, Nicole?
Yes, so they're probably laying out the seat restraints and getting all of the umbilicals set and ready to go so that when the crew gets there, they can ingress and start getting strapped in and connected to the capsule.
And in our smaller box there, we have a shot of our administrator, Jared Isaacman, bouncing around quite a lot today. Was in the firing room right after the crew weather brief, saying to the crew that they are good for them to start suiting up, and now here to wish them well as they drive out to the pad.
Yes, he's so invested in this mission.
Welcome,
he's been
to
an
the
active
stream
participant
where
today,
pixels flicker and
excited
the
to see
travel
him there at the walkout.
Though you fluttered off, your presence remains. In whispers of wings and echoes of game. Here in Majenko's space we unite to laugh and cheer through day and night.
So in the van they're probably getting
will
the
invest in
cooling systems as well, so
that's
probably, that would be my guess on the slight delay here, making sure everybody's situated, connected to cooling, and ready to go before they take off.
Right, because the orange boxes, we didn't talk about it when we were in the suit-up room, but if anybody noticed, there are these orange boxes, and that's what provides the cooling to those thermal garments. And so those boxes have been staged inside of the Astrovan so that once they got there, they can connect up again so that they're cool and comfortable on the way out.
Right, so they were off cooling from the walkout, said hello to their families and the 80-degree weather here in Florida today, so it can get really warm in the suit quickly if you're not careful, so we want to make sure everybody's comfortable before we drive off.
And then when they get to the pad, of course, and strapped into Orion, then they don't have any need for those cooling boxes anymore. They will get that cooling through Orion, through the different lines and umbilicals that they'll be connecting to there.
Yep, that's exactly right. The Orion capsule and its environmental control system will take over once they're connected to the umbilical.
And so when we were watching them get into the elevator, I said, oh, there's a couple more people going in there. And they were, again, those folks in the white suits that we saw. Again, suit technicians.
Yep. And there they go.
And off they go. Reed, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy now on their way to launch pad 39B, where they will fly to the moon, something no human has done in over 50 years. They may also set a new record as the farthest humans have ever been from Earth, a record set by the Apollo 13 crew almost 56 years ago today. We still hear cheers as they drive away from the operations and checkout building here at Kennedy Space Center. Now, while the crew make their way to the pad, let's get to know each of them even better. First, Commander Reed Wiseman.
The moon, to me, it's the thing that connects me together with all the other humans in my life. I remember being a little kid lying in bed at night and just looking out at the moon in whatever phase it was in, and I was thinking, man, my friends that live like 20 miles away, they can probably look out and see that same exact moon. And then when I was in the Navy and I would look out at the moon and I'd be halfway around the planet, I would think, man, my brother can see that moon where he is and he's halfway around the planet from where I am. To me, it's a connection of life on Earth. We can all look up and see that moon, and it's always changing. The moon is never the same 2 days in a row. I love that. My name is Reed Wiseman. I'm the commander of NASA's Artemis II mission around the moon. I grew up in a little town just north of Baltimore, Maryland, about 20 miles north of the city. There was a National Guard base nearby my house, and there were A-10 aircraft that would fly over every now and then. I just would look up at them and be like, man, I want to be up there. I want to go do that. And then my brother brother went to the Naval Academy, and I would go every year and watch the Blue Angels fly during commencement, and that just started to grow and grow and grow. For a while, I wanted to join the Air Force, and then I realized Navy flies as well, and they fly from ships in the middle of the ocean, and that was it. Like, done deal for me. That is exactly.
And with that, we'll leave that there, I think. Hello, yes, I've got the NASA launch on my screen at the moment. I'm watching that whilst streaming, so I thought I might as well subject you to it as well. Right, let's get some music going, shall we? There's not a lot happening on there for the next quarter of an hour or so until the crew arrive at the launch pad, but on the way they are. How very patriotic of them. Van is a Mercedes. No expense has been spared, Swarm, for 3 Americans escorting a Canadian into space. The Canadian's the important one. Don't care about the Americans. Canadian going into space. The explosion is scheduled for after the stream ends, I'm afraid, Raz. So I doubt I'll still be streaming when it lifts off. But I'll certainly be watching it. Maybe we'll be carrying on long enough to watch it together, who knows. Anyway, yeah. I'm going to keep it going in the corner of my screen here, and when we get to interesting points I might pop it back up again so we can all watch it together. So, but for now, the actual stream. Where are we? I want that button. No, that button. I can turn that off. They did pick a proper day for it, indeed, indeed. I'm after a rapid unscheduled disassembly. Hopefully not. We don't want to injure the Canadian. Screw the Americans. Don't want to injure the Canadian. Ugh. This is my NAS. You may have seen it before because we put the hard drives in it a while ago and built it as the NAS. But it's getting an upgrade. A teensy little upgrade. Boo, bacon. Yes, we know that phrase, rapid unscheduled disassembly. It's a dull where it was free. It was at the tip. It's a 10th gen i3. It does the job for a little NAS. It's got 3 hard drives in it, which we kind of built a harness thing for a while ago out of bits of scrap plastic. I hope it's all still together in there. Yeah, there they are, my 3 hard drives in that professionally made hard drive enclosure there. But it's actually a hard drive that we are doing today, because all it has at the moment is 3 4-terabyte drives. No, I'm not increasing the size of those, unfortunately, but I do have a nickel diddy SSD, tiny little SSD, which I'm going to implement as a boot drive. 10th Gen i3 does the job as a little NAS on Intel's Celeron. Seems over. Yeah, well, you say that, it's running ZFS, so it is quite hungry. Plus it does other things. But this is just a little 128 gig. Tiny little thing. Ideal as a little boot drive. Cost me 20 quid. Which these days is cheap for an SSD. So, I'm installing this. And then I'm reinstalling the operating system from scratch on it. So, yeah. You can only fit 10 drives to it. Yes. This has no drive mounts. Well, it has 1 drive mount, and I've extended it to 3. It's a Matin X. Slightly stale disk, yeah. It's probably got about 6 hours worth of usage left on it before it dies. But we'll enjoy it while it lasts. It could do with more memory, really, this, ideally. and some bigger hard drives. Actually, let me just see if I can turn down the brightness on my camera a bit. Which way is that going? No, that's gone up. So that's as dark as I can get it at the moment. Maybe if I turn off the middle light. Oh, very moody. This is a... Came out of a HP, this did. And it's an MZ 9L41280 Gen 4x4. I think it's a Samsung. Yes, it is. It's Samsung. Oh, that was smell snug. It's a Topaz. So we need to install that down into that. Now I don't think I have. Is that the screw on it there or not? Do I have a screw? Ooh, I might have a screw actually. I thought I didn't have the screw, but I do have the screw for this one.
And I'll let him know. But do you have any specific reason for thinking you might need it?
Or is that the screw? No, that's just the mounting for the screw. So I don't actually have a screw to hand, but there is one in the extension there. So I'm going to move the mounting to this end, remove the extension, and use the screw from this, I think. This is the easy part, putting the SSD in. So we put the mounting screw there, and we shall remove the SSD from its extension board. Because who needs an extension board? If we can get it off the extension board, that is. Is it stuck on? It might be. I think it's got a pad there of some form. Is it actually stuck or is it jammed? They should be pre-populated with screws, yeah. But this is a Dell, so as you can imagine, they're not. Right, how do we get this off? How do we get this off here?
Champion!
With 50 bits, Chloe Raccoon says.
Cheer 50 if it's jammed. Do we get to give you the raspberry?
Haha, absolutely. Is that a pad? Or is that more chips? No, it must be a pad. Thank you for the bits, by the way. It must come off somehow. If I were to pop a screwdriver in that gap, does it pop out? No. Is this actually a sticky pad that's glued it on? It might be, you know. Yep, I can see the threads of glue in there. This is all glued down, or at least double-sided sticky taped down. There it goes. We are getting some lifting. Gotcha. And And this, I hope, pulls off and isn't integral to the operation of it. Yeah, that just pulls off. That is very sticky, that. Nothing ever happened to BGA when prying PCBs off. Absolutely, that's why I've been really careful with it. Okay. Tis in, I hope. Screw seems a bit wonky, but I think it's fine. Right, that's the easy part. Now we get to reinstall the OS. Arch install time. Yay! Everyone's favourite operating system. And if it isn't, it should be. Hey, Betamink. The moon launch is expected in a little over 4 hours from now. That moon launch, yep. 4 hours, 13 minutes. I'm keeping an eye on it. They're on their way to the launch pad at the moment. NAS runs BSD. Yeah, I like BSD, but I need Arch. My life revolves around Arch. Let's get, there we go. Get the video in. I need keyboard. I will need my iod, the all-important iod. Everybody needs an iod. And power is this cable here. Right. HDMI. Oh, that needs shrinking down and moving. Where are we? Transform, paste, transform, so it's the same as the others, and hide it. Okay. Arch without systemd. No, with systemd. I can't be bothered to remove systemd, but it'll be with grub as the boot loader. Okay. Now I don't know which channel this is on the Extron. It's on 4. Okay. Dell. I may play with Artix at some point, but not on a live server. Okay, integrated devices, storage. M.2 PCIe SSD 0 is on. Boot configuration. Should be okay. Well, let's see what it comes up with. By reboot and F12, I think it is. Fancy M.2 with PCIe. Extron's easy to set up. Oh, I think they have arrived at the tower now. They're just getting out of the van now. What are you doing? Come on. You don't have anything to capture the output of the next one. You've got HDMI, haven't you? Or, no, you've got VGA. You just need a simple little HDMI capture. And the one I use is about £5 on AliExpress. There they are in the lift going up the tower. Come on, give me a... Maybe it's F8 on this one. Give me a boot menu. Or maybe it's F10 on this one. Or maybe it's escape, who knows. You avoid AliExpress. It's good as AliExpress. Hey MJ. Thunderbirds I go, Artemis go. There we are, going up onto the launch pad.
Wallace Conger's a cheeky room, with 6-8 spot on the screen for you. No need for thumbs or coat-hat flare. Strap it in.
Import paperwork? What import paperwork? For a £5 dongle, there's no import paperwork. Boot configuration. Let's just see if I can change the order without using a mouse. UEFI, IOD, move that up. Oh, there's the Samsung showing there. I shall move that up to there as well. Although, no, I'll move that down, actually. And I shall apply changes. Okay. And where am I now? I'm up there. Exit. Putting it through the books for a $5 dongle, £5 dongle. You spend more than that just on squash, don't you, Chloe? There we go, Arch Linux install. Garlic bread, yum. Oh, I know what I haven't got. Network. I will need network. I will need work. We'll go on the 1 gig. That should give us, yep, 13010. What OS was this? Do you want to be sure you heard right? This is Arch, by the way. Right. We have NVMe. Excellent. 119.2 gig. Spot on. Tuner is pretty good. I think we'll turn that off for the time being. Not a lot's happening now. When they go into the capsule, I'll probably turn it on again. Fancy Cat 5 cable. Very good. Very good. Yes, that is a Cat 5 cable, certainly. Yeah, it's going to be a few years yet before they actually land on the moon, but this is still a daring feat for these 4 people. Okay. Let's run Arch install. Do it the lazy way, I suppose. Oh, they're on the move. Can't see much behind the Artemis crew at the moment, but I'm just setting things up. Partitioning. Use best effort on NVMe. A chunk for FAT32 for EFI. A tiny gap for alignment. And 2 partitions, one for... That's what's on there at the moment, actually, isn't it? This must have had Windows on it, I'm not surprised, but we shall use that. We shall have it as ext4, no separate partition for home, that's better. One for boot, which needs to be changed. Assign mount punch B /boot /ESP, not just /boot. Otherwise, grub throws a wobbly. There we go, that's better. STD on ZRAM. Okay, bootloader. I want grub, please. Kernel, I want LTS, not the normal kernel. Host name is QTPie. Don't ask. We had Apollo 9, 10, 11 all done in the same year. Yeah, they killed 3 people by rushing, indeed. Baby steps is what they take now. Very much baby steps. Do everything absolutely carefully, and if there's even the slightest doubt, abort. Okay, authentication, root password, user account, add a user. Profile, type server. SSHD. Network configuration, I want network manager. That shall do for the time being. Install. Yes. Off we go. Every time we rush, people forget why we don't rush and people die. It's literally rocket science, yes. Don't you think you'll ever have such rapid progress on space missions as we had in the beginning? That's because there isn't the pressure of the Russia-America space race that there was back then. Had to be the first one on the moon. Now we're doing it not because the other side are doing it and we want to be there first. We're doing it for the science. Which means that they can take their time and do it right. But yeah, a lot of what we send people up for, we don't need to send people up for at all. So, even a broken clock is right once a day. Yes, true. Twice a day if it's a 12-hour clock. A broken analog clock is right once a day, yeah, twice a day. Digital ones go blank or show 2288 or something, yeah. I don't have a clock. I don't have a watch. I have my phone. And that's never right. Well, I haven't worn a watch since I was a teenager because I couldn't, basically. It'd make my wrist inflame. It was horrible. So I've just spent all my life without wearing a watch. I just don't need one. So I don't own a watch. I've got no use for a watch. And the Mac clock, of course, yes. I still want you to upgrade that with a Pico or something and emulate a full Mac on it. Well, you have to ask though, Chloe, is there such a thing as a clock that is actually correct? Right, so we're still going on there at the moment. Let's reboot with it unplugged. It's set from the atomic clock feed, yes, but is it actually correct? It may be accurate, but is it precise? Is the clock correct? Or is your image of the clock correct? Because it takes time for the light to go from the clock to your eyes. So is what you see correct, or is the clock correct? Glass clock of bad shoe shine, indeed, indeed. I'm hydrating. Okay, boot configuration.
Hey, Majenko, I've been noticing you haven't been drinking enough water lately.
I just drank water.
Feeling sluggish and tired if you keep this up. Just a friendly reminder to make sure you're staying hydrated.
Now, I don't know which arch that is, whether it's the new one or the old one. So I'm going to move that up to the top and see what happens. Okay, well, where's my apply? Okay. And exit, see what comes up. If anything, it's your eyes that are wrong. Well, we know that. My eyes are often wrong. Anyway, time is an illusion, as we all know. Lunchtime doubly so. What are we booting from? From that UUID, I don't know what that UUID is. You can't see it. We'll boot, see what happens, see what we boot off, see what we're loading. Oh, I think this might be the new installation. Let's get this down to here. And we are mounting NVMe. We are running on the new installation. That is excellent. Now we've got lots of stuff to install. Right, what I want to do... no, what I need to do first is install Git. And debug, edit, and fake root. And then I can go git clone https aur.archlinux.org/yay and install yay. Well, it looks like they're going into the capsule now, are they? Possibly. Oh, no make. Oh, it needs GCC. What do you need GCC for to run Go? And why haven't you got it as a dependency? Stupid yay. In goes GCC. I haven't done yet, actually. No, I haven't. I will do that. I will do that. Whilst this is happening, I've got the sample. I just need to clean it up a bit. Where are we? Audacity. Am I an idiot? The oven is on. Excellent. Is Audacity going to load? Eventually. Because I just want to trim it down a bit.
An idiot? Yes, I'm an idiot. Am I an idiot? Yes, I'm an idiot.
Right, now let's just go effects, add effect, where are we? Audacity, that's what I want. A bit of bass and treble, a bit more bass, bit less treble.
Am I an idiot? Yes, I'm an idiot. Am I an idiot? Yes, I'm an idiot. Am I an idiot? Yes, I'm an idiot.
That'll do. Export audio. Multiband EQ and compression, it won't make that much difference. Not just for a little phrase like that. MP3. Chloe, idiot. Export. Where did I export to? Documents, okay. Okay, so this goes into tank, alerts, sound bites. Chloe, idiot. That should do it. Into here, go reload config. Right. 33% chance of it working.
Wait, am I an idiot? Oh, I'm an idiot.
No, wrong one.
Am I an idiot? Yes, I'm an idiot.
There we go. Oh, hello. It looks like they're being strapped in. What am I doing? I'm over here now, aren't I? Right, so I've got yay. No, I haven't. Because I need to install it yet.
Champion!
With 69 bits, Swarf Diginset says,
being strapped in, the title of my sex tape.now was Ben Corgo 69.
Thank you for the bits. I thought that was on, not in. Right, where are we? I'm just reading the manual now. Alright, show console font does that. Set font lat2-16. Set font height equals 24. No. Yeah. No, that's not what I want. Set font double TER-132N. Nope. Let's install Terminus font. Let's try putting my password in. Whoa! That's a bit chunky. Take out the double. There we go. Is that readable for you? We need Vim. Whoa. Is that readable? Depends if you can read, yeah. Okay, so font equals TER, what was it? It's 22, I thought it was 2324 because of British summertime. That's GMT, yeah, so it's 2324. So it's about 11:30 at night here. So it's after my streaming time, I'm afraid. What was I using? TER-132N. Okay. Right, so now we can start installing stuff. Light blue touch paper and retire, yes. Right, so what do I want first? Is SSH installed and running? Nope. Okay. I thought I told it to install that. Right, SSH running. It gives you a little something extra to see, instead of just watching the text. I need bridge, is it bridge utils? Bridge utils on AUR. I thought there was something in BRCTL comes from, oh, I need to do an FY first. Your mum tried to email somebody with an MX of 0000. That's nice. That is gnarly webcam footage from there. They need to take a lesson from SpaceX with their fancy cameras in the cockpits. No BRCTL. Must be bridge utils then. AC local command not found. Why haven't you got autoconf as a dependency? Oh well, let's install autoconf automake. Is this what I want or not? Yes, BRCTL's there now, that's good. You have to have invented the internet to get a good IP like that. That's Al Gore's internet IP, isn't it? That's his IP address. Because he invented the internet, didn't he? Right, so NMTUI. No, I need the iNet utils. No. I prefer ifconfig to anything that's NetTools. I prefer ifconfig to this stupid IP thing that's got it all bundled in one, because it gives me a sensible output. Right, so this is ENP1S0F0 and F1. So, an MCLI. NMTUI, sorry. Editor connection, add. I want a bridge, and I shall call this, just call it fast. And I can't remember what the device was called now. It's ENP1S0, ENP1S0 and F0 and F1. ENPS0, no, ENP, no, ENP, I hate this naming convention, ENP1S0, F0. ENP1S0F1. I don't need spanning tree on this. That can be manual, and its IP is 192.168.131.1. With no IPv6, okay. Right, fast is up. BRCTL show, fast. No interfaces, but I've got no cables plugged in at the moment. But there might be something I need to do slightly differently, actually, thinking about it. And I can't remember what. Let's do a reboot. That's my 10 gigabit Ethernet card. I bridge the two ports together to turn it into a switch. And then I have one port connected to my main workstation, the other port connected to George. And then I get a 10 gig network between everything up there. NMTUI is a lovely tool. It doesn't do everything that NMCLI can do, but it is a lovely tool for the basics. Yeah, it may not add the interfaces until I've got the cables plugged in, possibly. Or I may have to manually sort out the other interfaces. Thank you, George. He knows all the chords. Yeah, edit a connection. Call that 1 gig.
Jump in the ride, let's hit the road. Jeep is here with the tail to unload. Cats in the back, vibing on the beat. Rockets looking now, they're all solid. Welcome to the chaos, to the vibe. Marching the street, we're alive. Let's jive.
Hello, G-Pen. It must be really quite boring for these astronauts. They've got themselves all suited up, they've gone down into the cockpit here now, they're strapped in, and now they've just got to sit here. Just sit there for the next 3 hours, however long. 3.5 hours. They've got to just sit there, just waiting. Waiting. While people do stuff around them. Must be quite boring. It's a busy day. Is it the weekend yet? Not yet, no. It's got more space than Apollo. It's about the size of a camper van, apparently.
Chloe Raccoon says.
Gear 50, they get hungry, waiting for a big lunch.
Indeed they do. There's no such thing as a free lunch or a free launch. Right. Those are both up, but it hasn't added them. There's a... ENP1 S0 F0 and F1. So it should look with those two interfaces on there, but it always struggles to add them for some reason. BLCT, no, not BLCT, it's NMCLI Con Show. Never remember the format of this. Con up ENP1 S0 F0 F1 activated. Okay. There's something I need to set for auto up. ENP1 S0 F0. Auto connect is yes. Auto connect slaves, that's it. An MCLI con set fast auto, is it connection.auto connect slaves equals 1. No, how is it? I can't remember. Modify. Why can't you just use set? It's Hot Rocks.
Girl, tune in, join the magic swirl. Go hear the vibes, alright, let's groove together through the night. So come on, let's dance, dance away.
There we go. Auto connect slaves is yes, auto connect ports is true. That should work better now. Reboot, let's see what happens. And while we're doing that, I shall throw stuff on the floor and get my microphone.
A number of goats wearing coconut palm leaf skirts and flowers in their horns come... hooting. Couldn't read that. I'll start again. A number of goats wearing coconut palm leaf skirts and flowers in their horns come hooling into the clearing, followed by a number of yaks with percussion instruments. The goats start drumming, a slow, steady beat that drives the goats to start a sensuous dance with occasional shakes of their palm leaf skirts. And the beat gradually speeds up, driving the goats into an eventual frenzy of twisting and shaking. The dance ends abruptly with a massive bang on the drums. Room 454 is now open!
And G-Pin has just fainted. And that should be over there, shouldn't it? Yeah, there we go. Get the right screen. Okay, BRCTL show fast. Nope, not connected. And MCLI con. Maybe because there's no connection, no signal on it, maybe? NMCLI con show Ethernet connection 1. Interface name ENP1S0F0. Ethernet port is not set. Possibly need that, so mod Ethernet connection 1 8023 Ethernet dot port ENP1 S0F0. Probably can't be changed. Oh well, no, that's not it. Maybe it's because I don't have cables in it. The bar in 454 is also open, yep. G-Pin beats Hot Rocks to death with a dismembered goat leg. Oh, poor goat leg. Hey Lewisoft. You were reverse engineering a random game earlier, were you? Excellent. Its own proprietary format for game files, which is just an XML file encrypted with triple dares. Oh, right. You cracked it, I hope. Right. Anyway, the next thing I need to do... I need Linux LTS headers. Oh, G-Pen. Right, I want ZFS DKMS. Game written in Delphi. Oh, good lord. Failed to install. What are you doing? Automate file utils PM. Okay. That should be in there with autoconf. User share autocomp automate file utils. User share autocomp automate file utils. User share auto conf automate file utils is there. Oh, no such file at that. libtoolize is missing. Alright. Got it. Read the message. Need to have libtool installed. Read the message, not just every other word. Yeah, don't be a user or Shelby. Oh. Walkies time. Enjoy your walkies, Swarm. I'll see you when you get back, possibly, if you're back in time. Food is in the oven, is it, Chloe? That's the second best place for food to be. The first best place being, of course, in Chloe. I have to say, this capsule that they're in is very different to the Dragon capsule. This looks so crude and rudimentary and bolted together out of Meccano compared to the Dragon capsule's thermoplastic moulded smoothness. I'm not sure which I'd prefer, actually. No diesel available. What is the world coming to? You prefer the fixable one if it breaks in use? Well, yeah, that is an advantage. Yeah, Boeing working on Artemis. Will the door stay on is the question, given their track record. I will give it to Boeing, though. There's one thing they really do excel at. Boeing have got very, very, very good hitmen. Disclaimer, that was a joke, by the way. Don't come after me. Right, debt modding ZFS. Subcontractor 47. It's not the fastest CPU in the world, this one. And it's a very slow motherboard as well. I'd like to get a replacement motherboard for this and shift the whole thing into a proper case at some point, so that these drives can be mounted properly. Maybe even with little drive drawers like on the garage streaming computer. Okay. Now, I can't remember what we need here now. ZFS. I need... Now it's all installed. System CTL. Enable ZFS.target. ZFS import target. Import cache service. ZFS mount service. Then I need to go, I should say no pools available, import -A. See if we can find our pool. Yes, we can. ZFS set cache file equals etc ZFS zpool cache data. Oops, not ZFS. Zpool. And reboot. See if it comes back. At least he's got his tablet on this flight to watch his in-flight movie or play Candy Crush Saga or whatever the current piece of crap is that people play. Actually, is that? I'm gonna look at what OS he's got on that tablet. Looks like Linux. Is he running? I bet he's running Arch on that tablet, isn't he? Angry Bird Space. No, he's got Arch, by the way, with KDE. Yay, that worked. We are getting back up again. Go for Minesweeper, yeah. There's got to be Asteroids. Surely you've got to play Asteroids. Windows 3.1 sponsored by Tech-Tangents? No, Windows 2. The 286 variant. Right, what else do I need to install on here? I need Jellyfin. Oh, actually, do I want to... Yeah, I'm going to install Jellyfin this way. I was thinking I might do it in a Docker, but no, I'm not going to. Sponsored by Tech Tangents? That will never work. No. Gaming channel gets Kerbal uploads when those turn to the dark side, yeah. I like a bit of KSP. I can be unmuted now. Oh. You haven't missed anything anyway. Okay, Jellyfin should be up and running now. Yeah, this is true, Matt. It doesn't work because of the music. Yes, I know. Okay, let's see if Jellyfin is working. Not very well because it's got stuff cached. Connect anyway. Right, starting a new setup. Okay, I think I've just added a library to Jellyfin now. My first library. Movies. I know you can't see it. Why are you going through the setup again? Because I didn't press next. United Kingdom, next, next, finish. There we go, I'm signed in, and yep, I have movies appearing. Good. Jellyfin's working. That's the main one. Yeah, I did think about running it as Docker, but it gets complicated then with all the media being outside and in different locations, and it's I might migrate to a Docker at some point, but it's easiest just to install it this way. But yeah, you do get a lot of .NET crap installed with it. I don't run that much on my NAS actually, no. I do have, oh that's the point, I need, let's get the right keyboard. libvirt, virtualization. I use it for a bit of virtualization. Oh no, it's not hard, but it's a step that I don't really want to go through right now. But I might do it in the future. I might migrate to having it in a Docker in the future. QEMU full I want. Everything for QEMU. Yeah, Docker Compose is the best way to use Docker, definitely. Yeah, I did look at doing it the other day, and it didn't seem particularly hard. I mean, we can have a go at doing it now if you want, because it's not too difficult. In fact, if I go... I was actually started looking at a config for it, so yeah. So I need multiple. I've got multiple data sources in multiple locations. Well, not really multiple subdirectories, different types of media in different subdirectories. So. Actually, can I just mirror that? Actually, so /data just ends up in /data, and not throw a fit. Or does it have to have everything under /media? Which actually is not that much of a problem. If I can stick the whole of my /data pool into /media, it might work. We'll try it, we'll try it. In fact, I shall... Oh. Show -R. Okay. Let's install Docker. System CTL enable -now Docker. And then I want user bin ln-s. Okay, so I want, where are we? Docker mat. Let's turn off jellyfish. I nearly called it jellyfist. Right, so if I then go Docker compose up. Oh. Let's install Docker Compose, shall we? And the tab character that violates indentation. I need my vim config. And I know I've got target twice there. Right. Docker Compose up. Pulling jellyfish. Tool GPin uses Jellyfist. KY Jellyfist. Rocket looks good. Mash the launch button. Hello, Childrew. They've got to wait for the right launch window. They've got a 2-hour launch window starting at 24 minutes past 11 here. If they don't go in the right launch window, they'll miss the moon. Or they'll hit the moon, which is even worse. If they miss the moon, there's a chance they might come back. If they hit the moon, they won't. Window schmindo. Okay, jellyfin looks like it might be up-ish. Okay, server name. We are configuring. Excellent. Add my first media library. Add a folder. Let's have a look. What we got? Oh, yep, there's all my folders there. So if I go into media, then into videos, I know you can't see it, and into movies. Okay. Set my usual settings. Save in NFO, artwork. Okay. Fin appears to be up and running. Yes. Looking good. Right, that's running as a Docker now. That was easy. I mean, Dockers can be quite easy most of the time. It's a lot more responsive having taken your music collection out of it. Oh, my music collection is in there because I use it on my mobile phone to listen to music, especially in the car, using Finamp, which is a music-only one that is, well, it's like having my own Spotify. And this is perfectly responsive with my music collection in. So I get to redo all my libraries and that now. Right. What's next? Oh, yep. I need to go into here and give myself access to virtualization and delete these. .NET host and runtime, they can go. /90 and ASP.NET runtime 90 goes. Goodbye .NET, gone. You've switched over to Music Assistant, which is tied into HA, fair enough. Move the current queue between different players. Well, that's pretty pointless for me because I have one player, my phone. I have no need to move things between players. I like Finamp, it works well. My Home Assistant is not that complicated. My Home Assistant is chiefly controlling the power to computers and not a lot else. Oh God, we've got somebody singing now, have we? Singing about how wonderful it is. Okay, so what's next then? There are other programs which feed Jellyfin, yes. Actually one which I need to install is of course that one. Right, that's that one installed that we won't mention. I do have a DVB-T dongle, but I don't have anything to feed the dongle from. I've got no antenna here. But I did use... I tried using TV head end for a while. It was okay. I preferred Myth TV actually when I was doing broadcast recording. I found Myth TV a lot better using it as a PVR. But I don't do anything. I don't do broadcast these days. It's all streaming now anyway. Broadcast just does. It's pointless. Yeah, Myth TV was very, very good in its day, though it's pointless now, really. What else do I need? I've got some stuff to add here. A couple of scripts and things. MPEGs there, good. Vorbis tools I want. There we go, Ogank. I need Open SimH. Yeah, I did run TV head end for a bit. but I have no need for that now. What do I need? I need SDL. SDL2 compact. And that, I think. GCC. CMake I need. And oh no, I need there's a library I need. I need zlib. It should be installed, yeah. What is it called? PKG config's not installed, is it? That's why I'm getting those. Okay, SDL2 TTF. Is that one there? PNG, libpng. That's what I want. And there's something else I need. I like this. Could not find zlib. Missing zlib. Could not find zlib. Could not find PNG. Found zlib. Found PNG. PCAP, that's what I need. That's the one I was looking for, PCAP. It's installed, that's good. Network support, PCAP dynamic. VDE tap NAT, excellent. Compile. Something failed. Bool cannot be defined via type def. This is a goddamn GCC 15 thing. Slurp glue, config host, 15. There we go. Cancel that rubbish. Whatever they're doing with GCC these days, you don't like it? Absolutely. GCC 15 is just crap. It imposes errors where errors don't belong. And it breaks so much stuff. I might look at using the alternative, actually. What's it called? Oh, what's it called? Mine's gone blank. LLVM. Clang, yeah. That's the one. Yes, yeah. Whoa. Um... 'I don't think that's going to work, is it? I'd like Clang to be the default. Do I have a UPS? Unfortunately, I don't at the moment, no. But we don't really have power problems here. And when we do, it's just a power outage and it really doesn't bother me in the slightest. We have a very stable power system here. The substation is within sight of my house, just over there. I can see it through the window. Well, can't see it through the window. Window faces the wrong way. But if I go to the window the other side of the house, I can see the little mini substation just down the road. And it's very stable here. Two hours 45 minutes to the launch window. Clang is on board with the slop train. Hello, Peter. Yeah, well, so many things are now. You can't avoid it. But Clang does have the advantage that it's got a huge number of targets without having to install thousands of, or not thousands, but loads of extra versions of GCC, one for each target. Peanut, I've never heard of it. I could do with a small UPS, I suppose, but yeah. If I cared that much about uptime, I'd probably switch actually to using laptops for my servers with built-in batteries. They have their own UPS. You've got spare UPSs due to them needing new batteries, yeah. Well, I'd only need a tiny little one because it's only really going to be George and my NAS. Well, the problem is if I stick a UPS on these systems, what's it going to do? Bugger all, really. If we have a power outage, I've lost the internet anyway, because the router downstairs will have gone off. And the systems themselves don't really care if they lose power. They just power up again and carry on. So we occasionally get a slight brownout on a very, very, very windy day. But it's really stormy. We might get a slight brownout, which nothing really seems to care about anyway, so yeah, I've got no real need for it. My important stuff is all on my Linode web server. So the only thing here really that's important is the bot's brain. And that's improved by a brownout, yeah. That's why I use PoE for the router. Well, the router hasn't got E. And it's an ISP router. There is no E to the router. Well, it has E to a power line, and then it's power line up to here. So, yeah. It doesn't have power over Ethernet, it has Ethernet over power. If it was my house, it would have Ethernet wired throughout, but it's not, so it doesn't. %, done that. PoE is good for things like Wi-Fi and routers and things where you may want to have it mounted somewhere where there isn't power, like in a ceiling or upon a wall somewhere, and all you want is one wire going to it, just the Ethernet. IP cameras, yeah, that sort of thing. It's handy for that sort of thing because you only have to run the one cable. So. Your non-IP cameras need only one cable, yeah. If they could do power over Wi-Fi, then I'd be interested. That would be handy. Talk to Tesla, absolutely. He had the right idea. Couldn't do power over Wi-Fi for the acronym. That thing called Lightning, yeah. I thought that was a kind of cable. Embraced by Apple. Not anymore, no. .21 gigawatts. Apple first had Thunderbolt, then Lightning, where it's very, very frightening. Galileo, Figaro, Magnifico. You're not frightened by USB-C, only when it's got Thunderbolt through it. Okay. I forgot that this installs into a strange place. Okay, I should now have VAX. Excellent. I have my simulated VAX on there now. I will also need sudo, right, export have packages equals 1, build and install, fresh tree, install, 1.3, and the name is QtPy, and it's going to be that for the moment, but I will be changing that. Your favourite cursed Apple upgrade is the iPod to 1TB M2 storage. You can't sync it without the FireWire cable, as the sync takes too long. It uses all of the power off USB and drains the battery too, getting about 70% synced before the iPod dies. Oh, that is clever. That is so clever. No, I don't want to modify the system settings because I need to do this specially. LMTUI. Oh, actually, no, what I'm... Yeah, the networking on this will need to all change because it all needs to be VLANed. So let's add a connection, which is a bridge of DN0. Don't need spanning tree on it. That's automatic, that's disabled. Okay. And that will need to be added to the VLAN stuff. I'm gone on the wrong port for VLANs though, aren't I? Yay, VLANs! We like VLANs. Gotta remember how we do this now. I'm gonna change the port configuration on my desktop switch. So I need to redo the network. Okay, switching. VLAN. VLAN, a membership. Port 7 is tagged. And 130 it needs to come out of. Okay. PBID configuration. G7, set that to 1, apply. Right. I should now be on the tagged port. Yep, network has died. So now we want ENP3S0. Add VLAN. That's 130. Add VLAN ENP3S0.132. Another VLAN. ENP 3S0.150. ENP 3S01.150. Okay, so 130, 132, 150. Why haven't you got IPs? Let's reboot. See what happens. Yeah, FireWire, I agree. FireWire was a nicer system than USB. It was better designed. Oh, it looks like they're locking them in. Doing FOD checks, sealing them in. Okay, no, we're not getting IP addresses on those. aren't getting IPs? Probably because... let me just check my switch configuration. VLAN membership. 7 is tagged. Oh, of course, I need to tag it on every VLAN, don't I? Idiot. It needs to be tagged on 130. Needs to be tagged on 132. Well, you say that, but then you've got RDMA. DMA over network. Is that more secure than locally connected FireWire? There we go, we've got our IP addresses. But why have we got the wrong IP addresses coming up on those? Oh, did I not have this multi-homed before? It's silly of me if I didn't, because it needs to be. Most of these consumer devices don't use it, yes. Well, yeah, I suppose there is that. Security through not being used, possibly, yeah. I need to set this up properly multi-homed, don't I, on my server. On good old George. Okay, so if I unplug and plug back in, and see if it'll rejig the network or not. 130 is on 10. Nope, it's not. Stuff. I'm going to reboot. If in doubt, reboot. Boost G-Pin. Oh, poor G-Pin. Don't kick G-Pin. Okay, 130 is on 10, 132 is on 10, 150 is on 10. Yep, they're all on .10. Excellent, that's properly configured. Loading, gpin.vm, module loading, goats. Bah! Oh, actually, thinking about it, that's wrong. Very wrong. Because 150. I don't want to have an IP at all. Because it needs to be connected to DN0 NMCLI con ENP3 S0 150. I sound a little sheepish. NMCLI add interface, add VLAN to bridge. There's a command I need to run, and it's not in that page. It must be in this page. I am looking for the command that I ran before. NMCLI con ENP3 S0 mod master DN0. Gpin, no operating system found. Quick, install Arch. I'm going to reboot again, see if it'll attach the interface to DN0. NetBSD on Gpin. Well, NetBSD runs on anything, even Gpin. Yep, that's linked onto that. And it's given us an IP address. It's not the right IP address because the MAC address now is different. Right, now magic needs to occur. Let's not run cdo, let's run sudo. Let's just set this manually for the moment, I think. Out of memory error, is that? Out of memory error, not out of mushrooms error. I guess there's not a lot to see now at the launch site because they've been bolted in. There's nothing else really to do in the cockpit. It's now just sorting out fuel and waiting for the launch window and making sure all the systems are all ready to go and final flight checks and make sure all the Starlink satellites are out of the way and then launch. Outstanding orangutan meal exception. Okay. That works. That's good. Boing! Bloody Starlink. I'll turn that off for the time being. It's just all video clips now. Right. I wish the astronauts nothing but the greatest success on their mission. Absolutely. Right, so what am I doing next? I'm not sure. I've got my VLANs set up, I think. Yep, I can ping interwebs. And
With 69 bits, a swarm of dead insects says,
Cargo 69, I still won't be surprised if Curious Mark fully reverse engineers the whole Apollo program and lands on the moon before NASA does.
That wouldn't surprise me, actually, yes. It's getting close to having their entire communication system working. It's quite a stack of stuff he's got going on there. Thank you for the 69-bit swarm. Right. It certainly does make fun videos. I rejoice whenever another Curious Mark Apollo one comes out. That's an instant stop everything and watch moment. Oh, I know what I need. I need my backup scripts, and I need PHP. And my SSH keys. Balgemit. I know what I need. 1 CW. Quality cheddar. Pronto. Yep. 100 weight of cheddar. Mom. And about 3,000 lactase pills as well to go with it.
Everything's so bright. Shyness in the house. I love it night. Dance together through this endless night.
I don't think there's anything else I need in here, is there? I shall just go cp minus rp home mat dot mnt home mat dot ssh into there. So I get the same keys. Right, I think I've got everything I need on here now. Just trying to think what else I've had running on here that I might want to put on. I might take this opportunity to turn it off and move it back into its proper location with the lid, of course. One last look at the insides of this lovely Dell before the lid goes on and obscures it all. If I can get the lid to line up. It's a bit dented at the bottom where it was in the skin. There we go. It could be upgraded to have another PCIe 1 times in there, yes. Okay, so we unplug all that lot. One day I will get a replacement motherboard for this system and do what I did with my main workstation, which is basically move the insides of the Dell across to a proper case, just replacing the motherboard and the power supply, keeping everything else the same, and then upgrade the CPU and the memory as and when funds allow. Right, let's plug in the 10 gig connections, plug in the 1 gig connection, and plug in the power connection. Okay, and then I need to turn on the power connection.
Keeping 24/7. Yes, I am fine. Thank you for asking. Is there anything specific that you would like me to help with?
And now I can go to here. This system should boot up considerably faster than it used to. Yes, I have installed a small SSD, NVMe SSD, into my NAS to use as the boot drive. Because it was booting off one of the disks that also formed part of the RAID array and was slow. Oh, my key seems to have changed, of course, hasn't it? Okay, we are up. A RAID array, yep. A redundant array of inexpensive disk arrays. Okay, so I should now Yep, I've got my gigabit onto those, 10 gig rather. So let's go SSH QT Pi fast. Should take me in on the other interface, if it's working. Oh, they're still working on bolting them in. They use a pin number 2, yes. For the automated ATM machine, yes. Why is this not working? That's going. I can't get to 2 or 3. Hey, Bampan. It says it's up. Oh, I know what I need. ETH tool needs to be installed. Yep, 2 hours 6 minutes on the dot. Lots of reverb, must be cobs, indeed. Realise that the live footage from NASA is AI generated. So ETH tool of that, and we're up, running at 10 gig. And on that one we're running at 10 gig. Those are connected. That is up, running. These are up and running. Even your dog's got an upset tummy, that was terrifying. Oh. Why am I not getting any 10 gig data? Because this is the host for DHCP, and the other two use it to get their IP address, and they will have forgotten their IP address.
Am I an idiot? Yes, I'm an idiot.
Indeed I am. Yeah, right. It should be on. Yeah, we've not got an IP address. Sounds like I need longer leases. So I need... what am I doing? Yay, ISC, DHCP. No, it's just Pacman, DHCPD, isn't it? DHCP. Oh, wrong computer, idiot. Okay, DHCP, it should be up and running again now. And it's one of these two here, should get an IP address. EMP2 S0. No, it shouldn't. That's S0F. Naught is. Hang on. What are we on? Oh yes, one of those is being used as 1 gig. So it should be that one there is the 10 gig. Oh, hang on. No, that should be fine. It's not tied to a specific interface name. That's running. Oh, there we go. It's worked now. So SSH qtpi.fast, and of course that has changed as well. There we go. We are connected from my 10 gigabit connection. Excellent. And can I get to George.fast? I can indeed. When it does finally run out, you'll have forgotten you haven't touched anything to do with it. Yes, this is true, yes. Right, that's all working. Jellyfin is working. I need to add my other libraries to that. So media, videos, TV shows. Okay, that should be working now. I need to add my music as well. Media, music, complete. Okay, that's my music being added. I tend to give all of my machines, when possible, static leases, so that I know where they are. It's very rare that I let something run for long with a dynamic lease. Alright. Content, music, radio shows, media, music, radio shows. And music, audiobooks, okay, we're getting there. Those can gradually include. You have DNS. I have DNS for that too, yes. Even virtual machines I have with statics. And containers are a separate thing. Delightful noodle soup. Yes, please. Ben always thinking with his stomach. Right. Everything seems to be working okay. We are running off our huge NVMe, all 100 odd gig of it, with our RAID separate. What I can do now, because of how I've got this set up, LSBLK, my RAIDs all have 3 partitions on the disks, and it's the 3rd partition that's actually RAIDed together. What I can do now, hopefully, it's slightly risky, but it's hopefully I can do it. Due to the way that ZFS works, I can remove one of the disks, or one of the partitions from the RAID. Just disconnect it, just turn it off basically. And then I can add in its place the root of the disk to it. And then let it resilver the whole thing, rebuild the whole array. It'll take a long time to do that, but it'll do it. Nothing should change. Then I can do the same with the second disk. Again, nothing should change. Then I do the same thing with the third disk. Once that finishes, I should have an extra 200 gig in my array. Is it worth doing it for 200 gig? It's risky doing it and it'll take a long time to do it. Is it worth it for 200 gig? Is it really worth it? No, I'm thinking no. I thought I had a bigger slice taken out of it, but I don't. It's only 100 gig. I mean, 200 whole gig, almost enough for a Windows installation. Yeah, quite. Almost, but not quite. It's a lot of risk. I shall hold. I still want to do it. I want to do it, but I will hold off until I can get some bigger drives. And then I will do it one drive at a time, replacing the drive with a bigger drive. To rebuild the array onto a bigger drive. I would like to get some bigger drives, but nobody can afford drives anymore. It's enough space to hold your Google Photos export, yep. Yeah, I'd like to get some bigger drives, but nobody can afford bigger drives anymore because of AI. Have you seen the prices of drives these days? They've doubled in price. Ridiculous. And I mean mechanical drives even. You've got a 20 terabyte Exos SAS drive here. Nice. Very nice. I need 3. And SATA. You've got 4 8 terabyte Barracuda NAS drives sitting spare and figured you'd grab 2 more and make a new backup array. Check the pricing, then decided not to. Absolutely. Yes, it's gone silly. We'll just have to wait for the AI bubble to burst and all the prices to come crashing down again. Back to where they should be. So, you should have more than the 2 12 terabyte spinners you bought for an experiment, which turned out rather well. Yes. So I've got 3 4 terabytes, or 3.6 tebibytes. Because they always shortchange you. And that is my storage at the moment. And it is very much filling up. I've currently got 500 gig free. 92% used. And I've deleted a load of crap to get that much space free. It was down to about 150 earlier. That's a good question, Ben. XDC refurbs could be a way to go. They'll probably be twice as much as a new one was a year ago. Right, let's just see if this works. No, that's going to be the slow one. That one, DF minus H. 141 gig. That should be okay. Let's see if I can back up my workstation. I don't have rsync installed. And I've just created a snapshot of nothing. Paid 190 for the pair, yeah. Those were the days. ZFS list minus T snap. I've just created that one there with nothing in it. ZFS destroy that snapshot. Okay, back up Monster Munch. Go. Backing up. Leave that running. And this should be going through. Yeah. Through the 10 gig that's going. You'd like to replace the 5 terabyte external drive you're using as a torrenting slush pile, which died the other week, but not at current prices. Yes. So I've got basically 6 terabytes here, and 3 terabytes in my garage streaming computer. Both of them as RAID Z, which is like RAID 5 but better. rsync, putting the shit in end shitification, yeah. That's still going. 8 terabyte surveillance hard drive. 128. An 8 terabyte Iron Wolf. 139. Used, UK only. .8. I don't want 1.8. I don't want 8. I asked for 8, not 1.8. Learn to count, you stupid search system. Hard drive, 3.5 inch, 8 terabyte, 10, 12, HDD, CCTV, desktop, PVR, DVR, lot pre-owned. $4.99 to $99.99. Storage capacity, everything out of stock. 1, 2 or 3, no. I don't want SAS. SAS and SATA. There's one way round where they can be interchanged. Which is it? Is it SAS can go into SATA interfaces, or SATA can go into SAS interfaces? SATA drives work on SAS controller. Yeah, I thought so. So I can't go SAS and stick it onto a SATA. Yeah, I thought that was the case, Ben. Yeah, I thought it was. Nobody has anything over a terabyte at the moment. They're all out of stock. And 6 terabyte, no 8 terabyte. There's no point in doing it if I'm not going at least double the size. There's one, a Western Digital, WD Purple surveillance hard drive. What's all of this? It's a surveillance hard drive designed for AI. That's worrying. That is worrying that it's surveillance AI designed for facial recognition. How can a hard drive be designed for AI? Slap that on everything. But what's so special about a surveillance hard drive? Nothing. It's the whole Nurofen thing, isn't it? Create the same product, put 5 different labels on it and sell it at 5 different prices. So what you're saying, Ben, is that they're basically glorified write-only memory. 8 terabyte NAS hard drive, that's basically the 8 terabyte equivalent to what I got at the moment. 105 quid with 2 bids. No, I'm sticking with my current drives. The prices are still silly, even the second-hand ones, if you can even find them. £15 to £20 per terabyte at the cheaper end of the market, yeah. I mean, hard drives are pretty reliable. If they're going to die fairly quickly, in general. If you're not doing silly things with them, like throwing them around, they usually last for decades. And I've got hard drives in my cupboard here that are old enough to drink. In America. Don't yell at your hard drives, exactly. Whisper to your hard drives. Stroke them gently. Like Jeepin with his goats. And keep them well lubricated. Like Jeepin with his goats. Right. Kiddo collection time, off you go. I'll be finishing in 15 minutes anyway. I'm just waffling on at the moment to fill time. You've still got a load of sub-gigabytes. Nice. They're getting harder and harder to find. It was an external drive though, wasn't it, Ben? What sort of a case was it in? Because external drive cases often struggle with ventilation and drives cook. Especially bigger drives and faster drives. They can often experience excessive heat over prolonged periods, which can shorten their life, make them die suddenly. Your oldest hard drive is a 93 Seagate ST3144A. Yep. Beat that. Ah. Actually, which year? What's the date on this drive? What are the chip dates on here? 1990? No. 88. 87, 88. Although, I think I've got some 90 chips. Yeah, it must be 1990 this. Yeah. 16th week, 1990. So, I beat you by 3 years. Older and larger and heavier, yes. And makes a nice moo noise. 88 is your chip date also, yeah. The original factory OS on it and a boot sector virus, nice. Last few MFM drives had a boot sector fungus, yeah. They were all the rage back then. Right, well, I'm out of ideas now of what to do. I think everything that needs to be set up is set up. Although actually I want to... Hang on, how's that? Backup is still going. Oh, that's a backup of a backup there. I'm backing up a backup. What I want to do actually is... although this is 100 gig. Will it fit? Should do. 46 gig. Although a lot of that is in ACE and all that lot. All those open, oh, those are ISO files. What else we got? Those can be removed. That can be removed. That can be removed. Prune this down a bit. You're off, Hot Rocks. Thank you for joining us and bringing your goats and yaks with you. I'll see you next time. Right, we are now down to 26 gig. That's manageable. So rsync George Fast Machines. Just copying my virtual VAXs up from George to my server here, up to the NAS. So I have them in two places. Copying carrot discs. Delete Gerald. Actually, I don't need Gerald. Or do I? No, Gerald I do need. I think Gerald is my NetBSD network boot system. Copying carrots, discs. Question whether Gerald has a house. Yeah. Hey, Lukamua, thank you for following. Lukamua1, welcome to the channel. Just about to be finishing off in a moment, so I can sit back and watch the Artemis launch with a cider. Getting rather old, but he's a good mouse. Still haven't bolted them in yet. God, it's taken a long time to close the door. Imagine you had to go through this every time you wanted to lock your door when you went out. Such a faff. What are they doing? They're taking the insulation out now. I'll get Everest in. They'll fit it in no time at all. Edam and Leodama. Yum. Yum. Let's see if this runs. Looks good to me. That'll do. BRCTL show DN0 has got Gerald on it now. Yep, that worked. Right, that all looks like it's going to be perfect. Yeah, I tend to get lactose-free cheddar made by Arla, which is quite nice. Expensive but nice. And Manchego. Manchego's good. It's nice and hard, well aged, and it's sheep's cheese. I also like a nice bit of Roquefort as well, which is also sheep cheese. Right, well, I think we're done. I think we're done. Oh, I think they've actually removed the ventilation ducting from it now. They're all going to suffocate. That was an echoey one again, Ben. Right, outro time. I'm done for the night now. I've achieved exactly what I wanted to achieve. My NAS has been rebuilt from the ground up, software-wise, on a little SSD. So I'm going to go and watch the launch, maybe from the bath. Who knows? Right, well, thank you very much for joining me this evening. That was a productive evening. My NAS is now SSD'd up to the hilt. Well, just past the tip anyway. Hope I don't suffer any O-ring failures in the bath. Me too. So, yeah, that should be working a lot smoother now. It certainly boots a lot faster. And a fresh installation of the OS is always a welcome thing. Gas leaks may happen. So, yeah, we've got an hour and a half now till the launch window. So I'm going to go and find myself something fizzy and appley and kick back and watch it.
With 69 bits, a swarm of legend success.
Cargo 69 SSD's NAS.
SSD's NAS. Thank you for the bits. What was I going to say? Oh yes, I'll be back tomorrow on my normal slot, my normal midweek slot on a Thursday.
Thank you all for joining us today on our stream.
It was great to have so many awesome chatter and subscribers like MJ, Lewisoft10, Jeepin247, Dopez Chill, Drew Beatamink, Martinex, Peter 1138, Chloe Raccoon, The Industrious, and Searched Use a Lot, Raspiel, Bampam, A Swarm of Dead Insects, Hot Rocks Girl, and Majenko Bot. We're grateful for your support and hope to see you all again soon. Special thanks also go out to our followers who joined us recently, including Lukamu01. Congratulations on becoming a follower of the channel. We appreciate your interest and hope to keep you entertained with our future streams. Lastly, we'd like to thank everyone for their patience with our technical difficulties earlier. We had a few hiccups, but we managed to work through them together. And as for Sir Stews a Lot, we officially declare him the winner of today's fart count with 1 fart. Once again, thank you all for your participation and support.
We couldn't have done it without you.
What was I saying before he was so rudely interrupting me? Oh yes, I'll be back tomorrow on my normal Thursday slot. We shall be playing with Delroy. We're going to stick an OS on him. Put something strange and esoteric on there, I think. Probably NetWare. Turn him into a NetWare server. See what we can get him to do on that. I'm thinking NetWare 5.1 is probably the best one to try on it. I've never tried NetWare past version 4. NetWare 5, from what I've read, has got a whole GUI interface and everything written in Java, so it's going to be absolutely horrible. I'm not sure what technical difficulties we had earlier, but the bot certainly seems to think we had some. IPX Doom session, yay. 5 added extant server and Conslow 1 written in Java. Yes. We shall experience it tomorrow anyway, hopefully, if Delroy behaves. Following that, Friday, our friendly Baljemit, you've got a shuttle pod to rebuild, haven't you? Native IP, yes, that's handy, certainly, yeah. I'm hoping it'll support my SCSI that's in it, so I can run some SCSI drives with it, which would be nice. I'm sure it will. Don't forget everyone's favourite Gary Brannan plus Chris Joel. He reads books, you know. He does indeed. A very brief stream on Friday, where you get 2 pieces of Lego and go click, right, done, dream over. But for leisure, not for speed, yeah. Might even be live from your parents' place. Ooh, looking forward to it. I think we're fading out. Right, I will see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Enjoy the launch.